Hello, and welcome to the Alchemist Inkwell.
This is your spiritual podcast for grounded people.
I'm Emily, and
And
hello from the past. We're
yeah,
like way in the past.
we are time traveling. My name is KristaLyn, and it is currently not even May yet in my world, in our world.
Yeah, where we are, May has not occurred, but where you are in it.
I
You're like
hope it's
halfway
lovely.
through.
I hope you're doing a great job. I hope that May has been as flowery as the nursery rhymes promise.
I will tell you what, today is that we're recording this is April 29th, and I can
Uh,
promise you that me, that is on the day that you are, is thrilled that April's over.
yes. Yeah. Well, me on the day that this was releasing, what is the day that this is releasing?
The ninth.
The ninth. Me, I am a whole year older than I am in
Mm-hmm.
the video. So next you see
Mm-hmm.
me, I might look different. Who knows?
You'll look like Mercury's glaring at you.
At least it's not Saturn. I'm going to be cowering at the Mercury. Mercury
Oh,
rules my lot of fortune in the eighth house. And
mhm.
the year that, so I am more encouraged. I was getting a little bit like, oh no, what are you going to do to me this year? Because I know that Mercury rules the eighth house and my lot of fortune. And I had myself confused, which is not uncommon. But during my seventh house year, I was very confused because I thought I was in an eighth house year. And I remember saying to Dan, energetically, I feel like because I have all four grandparents past me, um, if I'm going to lose a member of my family, it's going to be this year. And I lost two grandparents and a dog. And it was a big year. It was a seventh house year. Now, astrologically, the reason that makes sense is because Mercury is in my seventh house. So, according to Valens, that whole house gets activated. And if there are planets in it, they get co rulership of the year. So, Mercury, active by their actual placement, was a little bit in control and bringing in those themes. And that is the eighth house year was actually pretty fine. So with this one, where my midheaven is, I'm just like, you know what? Mercury in, this is your sign of exaltation. We're trying our natal Mercury. There's a better setup than there has been for me in a couple years. So
It's
I'm
gonna be great.
cautiously enthusiastic.
It's gonna be great. I believe in it. I believe in you. It's
I
gonna be
believe it.
awesome.
Thank you. I have analyzed my whole solar return so far, and I am optimistic. And my
Mhm.
mentor told me that I don't have a reason to not be. So that's
Hey,
always get peer review,
fantastic.
folks.
Right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, we will be in Italy when this premieres, which is why we were recording it so far in the past.
Mhm.
Krista gets to celebrate their birthday in Italy, which is also very
I'm so
exciting.
excited. Yeah, and
Hmm.
you will know this already, but on my birthday, we will be recording the following episode of this, which will have been
Yes.
recorded on the 8th. So as you're watching this, yesterday we did a live broadcast from Florence where we did a live episode on my birthday. So
Yeah.
thanks for
So
being
that will
there.
Yeah, if you were there, fantastic. If you were not there, it will premiere next week on the
Mhm.
podcast. So you'll get to listen to our live as we walk around Florence. And it will be downloaded as an up and down video because we are doing it on TikTok. So you will get to see that on YouTube as well if you want to look at it for the podcast episode. So you can just watch that live also, which is going to be super duper 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 fun. We love that.
Yeah.
Going to be a blast. So yeah, all that aside, we also have a really fun thing. So the episode title or the episode, not the episode title, the episode topic, we're there. It's fine.
Mhm.
The
Still
episode
April here,
topic,
you guys. Bear with us.
yeah. The episode topic this week is us getting to talk about something that's incredibly exciting, that we're so excited to finally get to tell you about. So you remember in like January when we did like that like conference thing where we like hung out and we like did high vibe things in Richmond? Do you remember?
Yeah. Do you remember how we held a conference in Richmond for the ethical and responsible spiritual growth of everything? And we had a really good time, and there were workshops and there were vendors, and it was warm in January that weekend, which was awesome because
Mhm.
obviously spirit loves us. um, we're gonna do it
And
again.
yeah, I
Yeah.
think we're gonna do it again.
Yeah, yeah. We've been
Um,
hinting at it for a while. Y'all
yeah,
know it's coming, but it's coming
yeah.
probably sooner than you think.
Yes. So we are super excited because we are on this podcast announcing our next Sacred Spaces gathering, which is again going to be in Richmond, and it is going to be this fall. So we are doing Sacred Spaces gathering the last weekend in September. It's September 28th and 29th of 2024. And we're doing it a little bit different and a lot.
But wait, there's more than just the weekend.
Right? There's more than just a weekend. So, if you went last time, you will not be bored with this one. Just going to throw that out there. It's going to be even the speakers, though they will be some of the speakers you're familiar with, like us, like
Mhm.
Rebecca, like Theron. Different talks. So it's going to be really immersive, really cool if you were there last time. If you were not there last time, you will be absolutely immersed in it as well, and it's going to be incredibly cool. We can say from experience, it's like we did a whole Sacred Spaces recap, and we know that we did that. You can go back and listen to that podcast episode, but just going to say it's one of the coolest things I've ever done in my entire life.
Yeah.
Genuinely. The experience of being in that room, the theta was so intense. One of my activations shut down the Phasma box. Like all these different things happened. The amount of transformation and community and bonding and caring about one another that occurred through that weekend. We had people that left with like, oh, I have 15 new phone numbers in my phone that I'm going to talk to all the time because these are my people. And it was beautiful. It was just beautiful. It was the space that young me always wanted when I was psychic and weird and hidden from
I
everybody
love
in my
that.
psychic weirdness.
Yeah.
It was
Well,
what 15-year-old me dreamed would happen, and then it fucking did.
it was what 10 to 30-year-old me wished would happen as far as finding someone to help me connect and learn what to do with these skills that I was trying to figure out all by myself. It was
Hmm.
community, it was mentorship, it was responsible practice, it was sources to help you truly believe what you were
Hmm.
doing because you could track it back to its source, because you could understand why it worked, why it was
Hmm.
safe to believe, and how to do it in a way that did no harm. Like,
Yeah.
dang, I'm
Yeah.
so pleased that it exists and I cannot wait to do it again. I just came up with a topic idea that I'm actually excited, and I hope you guys will be excited too, where one of my topics is going to be sharing the difference between different ceremonial magic practices. And then you
Hmm.
can decide which one seems best for you, if ceremonial magic is something or folk magic is something that appeals to you. I will include that as well.
Yeah. Um, yeah, I also figured out what my talk's going to be about. It's basically how the universe works, is what I'm going to do my keynote
Yes.
on. Which, passion of mine. But I get to share that with you guys in kind of real time, and it's going to be incredible. So last time what we did is we had like the kind of classic system, is the way that I'm going to air quotes it, where you have like your general admission ticket and then your like VIP admission ticket. And the VIP admission ticket, blah, 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 ticket blah,
It's
gets
so
you more
like
experiences. And those experiences were incredible. We had a lot of people like, oh, I really want to be VIP, blah, blah, blah. And we had sold out of those, and it was kind of a thing. And so this time we wanted to make it a more expansive experience, just kind of in general. But we
Mhm.
wanted to do it kind of differently than that kind of traditional air quote system of like the different types of tickets.
Yeah.
So we're doing a magical add-on
Mhm.
experiences this time, which is what we're calling them, magical add-ons. And those are going to help you get more out of the retreat and the gathering experience in general.
Mhm. Yeah, it's kind of a choose your own adventure conference where you're going
It
to have different
is.
opportunities where you can do a create a folk magic talisman, where you can do a paranormal investigation, where you can go to a historical place and catch reads, where you can learn how to integrate spirit into your daily routine. Literally, all of these are already confirmed workshops, and there are more that I'm not even able to think of right now. The mixer is still going to happen. The speed read is still going to happen. There's an extra read with Rebecca, and myself, where you will be able
Hmm.
to have a kind of 15-minute read with the three of us at once, which is going to be so fun. Uh,
Hmm.
all of these things are going to be available. Much of it is listed on the website already, but the launch, should we
Hmm.
talk about when the ticket sales will go live?
Yeah. So kind of a couple different things on that too.
Mhm.
We're launching at the end of the month. Stay tuned. We'll get more concrete dates out there for you in the coming weeks. But it's launching at the end of the month. You can go and kind of look at stuff already on the website, which is sacredspacesgathering.com. You can go check that out to look at kind of our different a la cartes and things like that, or add-on experiences that we already have there. Those are the most of the ones that are on the website already are the ones that are confirmed. Some of the speakers and stuff might change and kind of move around, so don't be like, oh, this is 100% the confirmed schedule. It's not. It's pretty close.
Mhm.
We're working on adding some more stuff in potentially, etc. So yes, it's going to go live at the end of May. I forget exactly the specific date just yet, but just stay tuned. We'll announce that on next podcast of
You
like
give us the
when to
setting.
mark your calendars for. Um, but yeah, it is the end of the month. Also, if you did attend beforehand, stay tuned to your email. Really, really closely tuned to your email. You may have already gotten emails from us about stuff.
Yes.
Um, but stay tuned because you have some special perks for being a returning attendee. So
Yes.
just stay tuned there. I do just want to talk a little bit. The magical add-on experiences were a way for are a way for us to do more stuff in our specialty, more stuff that is not just this is what you do at a conference. We basically went back to the drawing board a little bit and like, okay, this is what you do at a conference. Fantastic. We already have that stuff taken care of, but what would we actually like individually want to do to bring value to this experience? And we kind of channeled about it and sat with it. And that's where we kind of went this direction. Now, each of the add-on experiences are limited. So not everyone who goes to the conference gets to do all of the add-ons. That's not how it works. It is truly like a limited ticket because again it's one of us doing one experience, so that is a limited ticket thing.
Mhm.
And basically the way that it's going to work, and it's this is all written out on the website too, but just to kind of like explain it up front so everyone kind of knows how to do it. You have to book your general admission ticket first. Once you book your general admission ticket, you get a link to book magical add-on experiences. You can, however many, if there's tickets available, you can book as many experiences as you want. But they are additional charges for each experience because you are basically purchasing an experience with that person
Mhm.
that is going to be specially curated for that group. It's really, really cool. It's a way to work with us in person that you otherwise really wouldn't get. It's a lot of very unique offerings that everyone who's hosting an add-on is honestly giving. They're all very, very unique and different. And it's pretty cool and exciting for us on that end. But then you can book those and you have to book them after your general admission ticket. So if you're on the website, you're like, how do I book an add-on? I really want to do this. You got to book a general admission ticket first. Once that's secured, you will get a link to book your add-on experiences, and then you can add those on as long as there's tickets available. Some experiences have a lot more tickets. Some experiences don't. So it's just kind of varied. We will not be adding additional spots to any of the magical add-ons. They are what they are. So just get in on it as soon as you can if you want to get in on those experiences. Krista listed some of them. I'm just going to touch on them again because I think they're really cool and talk about them a little bit more in depth. Krista is doing a crafting of folk magic talisman um, adventure. That's
Yep.
what I'm going to call it.
We're gonna do it together.
Um, I'm gonna do it together. So if you really have been interested in talisman work, but like really don't know what to do with it, how to start, whatever, like you're physically going to be crafting this talisman together, which is going to be really powerful and cool. Theron's going to host an actual paranormal investigation, an intuitively led paranormal investigation. So yes, you will have the equipment and the tools, et cetera, that you would use for paranormal investigation in like a classic sense, but also you're going to have the intuitively led side that Theron specializes in, which Theron has been on like hundreds of paranormal investigations. Theron's done this a whole bunch, so getting to host one, Catherine's themselves is really freaking cool. So
Mhm.
that's pretty amazing. We're doing that. We're also doing Mystery Spirit Theater 3000.
Yep.
So, if you've ever watched Mystery Science Theater 3000, basically it's like scientists watching science fiction movies and being like, what the fuck is this? Like, all the time.
Roasting the movie as it's happening,
Yeah,
essentially.
roasting a movie as it's happening. Well, we're going to do that with an episode of Ghost Adventures.
Hmm.
And it's going to be awesome. I'm
Yes.
so freaking excited because we're just going to be like, what are you doing to the ghost? We scratched you. It's
That's
going to
not
be
how that
fantastic.
works.
It's going to be so cool. We're really excited. I'm personally like super hyped for that. I know everyone like you
Oh
guys
my
are
gosh.
too, but like, oh my God, it's gonna be so I've been wanting to just roast psychic media forever.
Oh my
So
gosh.
let's go for
I
it.
literally used to do this in college. I would go over to my friend's house. We would watch Ghost Whisperer with Jennifer Love Hewitt, and I
Uh-huh.
would roast the heck out of the mediumship that occurred in Ghost Whisperer.
Yeah, because it's not good.
Mm-mm.
Oh, it's gonna be so fun. It's gonna be so fun. And we're gonna be in VIP meet and greet. We're going to do it at, again, that really incredible, fun chaos bar. It's a really cool experience. It's really hands-on. We get to hang out with you, take pictures, just chill, talk with
Mhm.
you. And it's kind of like a cocktail hour mixer sort of situation. Super duper fun. Love that. Rebecca Jane is going to be hosting how to like bring spirits and spiritual energy into your daily routine as an add-on experience, which I'm personally excited for. Rebecca Jane has so much, like she's been a guest on the podcast. If you have not listened to her, you should go listen to our episode with her. With her handles at
She's the
Bruja
one that
Bones.
she did the soul types of the
Mhm.
ancients and the dragons and the earth and yeah.
She's incredible. She has
Mhm.
so much spiritual knowledge and understanding. Like it's so cool. So she's gonna host an a la carte experience there, which is gonna be pretty amazing. Um, oh gosh, what else are we doing? Rebecca and I are taking you on a field trip. We're gonna go to what's
Williamsburg.
it called?
William.
Williamsburg. I'm not from the East Coast. I keep having to be like, what town are we going to? We're gonna go to Williamsburg the day after the conference, and that's an a la carte you can purchase as well. And we're gonna walk around and catch like reads, either if there's a ghost over there, which is obviously Rebecca's specialty, or if it's more channeled history, which is obviously my more specialty. We're gonna do like that
Mhm.
gathering. It's a field trip.
Yeah.
We're going to one of those places you would have been taken on a field trip when you're in
Yeah.
elementary school, but we're doing it psychic style.
And
Spirits.
there are still going to be workshops that are included in the conference.
Yeah.
So
Hmm.
there's going to be runes.
Yeah.
There are a couple other ones I know, but I know we're doing sigil
Um,
reading.
yeah, we're doing not runes.
Yeah,
Runes is
sigils.
part of the speed read still.
Yeah.
So that element is still there, which the speed read is an a la carte. You can or an add-on you can purchase as well, which is really cool. We have our triple read. You can do that with us as well. We kind of talked about, but also the way the conference works is there's still workshops, and this time we're focusing on the workshops being about people that maybe you don't know anything about, but have really cool and unique skills. So sigil crafting is going to be one.
Mhm.
Matt's going to host that one. It's going to be incredible. We have an incredible energy healer going to work on one.
Mhm.
Understanding like divine feminine energy and goddess energy and stuff like that. We have Annette coming in to do another workshop there. Really, really cool workshops that are also that's just including your general admission ticket. You don't have to buy any add-ons, by the way. You can just do the
Yes.
general admission. That's
Just do
completely
general
fine.
admission. Yeah.
Um, but yeah, you can with the general admission, you get 2 whole days of keynote stuff, and all the keynote stuff that we're doing, which is really incredible. We're going to focus on mental health. We have like a yoga experience we're going to try to do for everybody that's part of the general admission. The vendor fair is part of the general admission. The workshops are part of the general admission. We have a closing kind of like bye-bye party that we all just kind of get to hang out together and do some photo ops and whatever. Just saying like, see you later. Thank you for coming. But also like, let's do one last community kind of thing together. Um, really cool clothing ceremony. So we just got like a bunch of fun stuff going on with the general admission stuff too. But yeah, really powerful, cool things gonna go on. And honestly, every time I look at the energy of the weekend, I get all sorts of tingly because it's gonna
Yeah.
be so cool.
Yeah. Because the most wonderful people show up there, and you're one of them if you feel drawn to come. But you'll be surrounded by people just as wonderful who are going to really restore your faith in magic, humanity, and the world, and really show you how capable you are of making a massive impact. I'm very excited.
Yeah.
I can't get over how cool it is.
That's so cool. Also, if you're a West Coast peep and you're like, man, East Coast again. First of all, yeah, it is East Coast again, but it's a really cool thing to travel for. I actually
Mhm.
recommend traveling for it. It gives a cool experience because you're not necessarily in your comfort zone. If
Mhm.
you're like, that's not really feasible for me, totally understand. We are working on West Coast options for the future, but this is obviously East Coast space. Also, the East Coast is way cheaper than the
It
West
is.
Coast. It's a
It
lot
is.
less expensive. So look more at the budget there may also help. Just gonna
Mhm.
throw it out there.
And as far as virtual option this time, because of the way
Hmm.
last time went, we want to give people who would like a virtual option good quality. And
Hmm.
in order to do that, it is going to be maybe not live, but very shortly after the conference. So everything will be recorded, and it will be recorded with good quality, with good camera, with good sound. And we
Yeah.
will share that probably also with the Phasma again.
Yeah.
Um, just maybe not live as it's going on because we would rather do better.
Definitely not. We're not going to do a live streaming while it's happening. We are going to record it very professionally for you. So if you purchase the digital option, you will get the entire kind of recorded event sent to you. It will not include the magical add-ons. Again, those are very limited ticket sort of situations. So we're not going to have any, unfortunately, digital options for that. Again, very limited stuff. And a lot of times they're moving around or whatever, and we can't really accurately kind of recording and keep tabs on that. But for the
I would
conferences themselves, we're going to have really cool recorded of the whole conference for you, as well as the Phasma box stuff there. So you'll really
Mhm.
get the best of the best that we can
Yeah.
offer in a digital way.
Yep.
Yeah. So yeah, that's happening. Tickets are going on. They're going on sale.
On the
They're going on sale
23rd
on the 23rd of
of May.
May. That is when they're going on sale. So, um, we will announce more like specific times and information, etc., on the next couple episodes as well. But it will be the 23rd. Also, if you're on either of our mailing lists, obviously pay attention to your email because we will shoot out an email like you're live. Woo! So you can join that too to get notified of. But it will be on the 23rd, and yeah, we're really excited. We really just wanted to spend some time talking about it because we're so passionate about it. And especially now, out of like the intensity that was the first quarter of the year, which was so intense. It was just so much.
Yeah. I'm glad we got to
Every,
split it the way we did.
yeah, right. But everyone is so there's a renewal energy right now of renewing your spiritual journey. People are really getting back in touch with this again, really wanting to explore this again, whether for the first time or reigniting some of that passion. And with that comes the desire for community or people to explore it with. And this is why we do what we do on every level, but especially why we do sacred spaces.
Mhm.
Because yeah, you need community. We need community. Everyone needs community. It's essential. Humans are herd animals, and having this safe space and community is it's incredibly powerful. It's just so
Mhm.
incredibly powerful. I can't even describe it.
Yeah, and it's a huge island or lifeline in a world that can sometimes feel very isolating. And I know firsthand what that feels like.
Hmm.
So if you are someone that's just like, I don't know how I'm ever going to connect with people like me or ever make friends. I remember back
Hmm.
in 2019, I was manifesting as hardcore as I possibly could a friend. And ta-da! But if you feel that way, know that we understand. We know where that feeling is. And this is part of the reason we've made this. If you've been manifesting a friend, how about you have like 50 or 150?
Hmm. Yeah. Oh, it's gonna be so cool. We get to hang out with us.
Yeah,
Like, we want to
yeah,
hang
we'll
out
be
with you.
there. Yeah.
It's gonna be fun. Yeah, we're really excited about it. This is gonna be really neat. So
Mhm.
yeah, come vibe, guys.
Yes. Please and thank you.
Oh, yeah. Is there any big astrology we need to be aware of on this week of your birthday?
On this week of my birthday, let me double check my transits here. Aside from
Mm-hmm.
that new moon, which I did find out is happening on the day of May 8th, in Rome time where we will be. So I feel like extra special about that. I'm preening over here. When we look into May, I'm just like breathing because May is just a little bit nicer in general. So the week
Yeah,
that
because
we are
April
looking
sucks. Sorry.
April was rough. So this week we are noticing, let's see, Mercury comes into Taurus. We've got Mercury then squaring Pluto. Everybody's been talking to Pluto really fast. Pluto is now retrograde at this point, so slowly but surely working back towards Capricorn for one last visit. The Sun and Jupiter on the 18th is quite nice. I know a lot of people have actually been using the 17th and the 18th for lovely elections, thanks to the moon being in a nice place.
Hmm.
Um, so it's quite a decent week. Everybody is very relieved in the astrological community. We're looking at May and we're just like, ah. So yeah, it's the biggest thing that happens in May is that Jupiter will be moving into Gemini.
Mhm.
So anybody with Gemini placements, Jupiter is on his way. Jupiter is not as resourced in Gemini, but still is the greater benefic. So it's not a bad thing that's looming on your horizon. It's Jupiter coming into wherever Gemini influences your life. So
Thank
for
the
me, that's
gods.
the eighth house of, where my lot of fortune is. So I'm really excited to see what's going to happen when Jupiter hits my lot of fortune.
Nice.
Yeah.
I obviously am a Gemini sun, so
Yeah.
I could go with some benefic. I could
Yeah.
have some benefic head
Yeah.
up over here.
Yeah. You could use some benediction.
Hmm.
And so the cool thing about that is in your solar return, Jupiter will
Hmm.
be there and will, of
Hmm.
course, also be there by transit for the whole year. So quite nice.
Nifty. It's going to be
Mhm.
a solid year for me. I decided right now. I don't know. I don't know if it is, but I'm calling it. So yeah,
You are coming
it's
into
going to
a
be
10th
an
house year.
awesome year for you. I am 100% claiming that energy.
I think it's going to be a pretty good year for both of us, to be perfectly honest. I do, of course, track our astrology. So
Sometimes we'll hop on a
the
call
added
and Krista
bonus.
will be like, "How are you feeling? This is happening to you right now." I'm like, "It is. You're right."
My mentor does the same thing. She'll be like, "So how are things with you and Dan?" I'm like, "Because Uranus is in my seventh house on my sun. I don't know why."
Don't look at my stars and tell me
Because
about
Venus, who
myself.
rules my seventh house, is going retrograde. I don't know. Through my perfected sign. Ugh. Yeah. But it's always
Well,
astrologer friends.
it's great. Oh, yeah, no complaints. I'm just poking fun because like I
As
love
long
it.
as
I'm
they
like,
have a good attitude. I've known people
mm-hmm.
who have astrologer friends that are like, "Oh, I just looked at your solar return. You might die this year." As someone who did have a "you will die this year" chart, no, probably not. Like, geez. Been there, know what that
That's
looks like
awful. Don't
all
have
day.
that type of astrology friend.
Well, that's what got one of my friends into astrology because they wanted to prove this person wrong. They are in Aries. So
Tracks.
Mhm.
Tracks. Yeah. I can already say right now, we're really excited to tell you about Italy. When we
Yeah.
return, we'll tell you about Italy. It's going to be cool. And we have some special guests coming up on the show. It's all
Mhm.
sorts of fun stuff. We got like good things going on
Yeah.
with the podcast. Thank you for being here. You're awesome. We
Yeah.
like you.
We like you a
Um,
lot.
yeah, if no one's told you today, you're super magical
Yeah.
and you deserve the world.
And you have people who really, really care and really, really value you. We are right here every
Hmm.
week staring at you, thinking you're awesome.
Staring at you. We care at you.
Sorry, Scorpio moon again.
I love that. No, that's amazing. We care at you so much.
Wait, everybody pause your screen. Em and I will stare at you. Ready? We tip our head the same way. I love
I know.
it. Oh, that is the
Oh,
shot everybody can have. You will always have us staring at you.
yeah. And we hope so dearly that you come to Sacred Spaces. If you can't, that's okay. We still care at you. But
Stare at you.
really, we would love to care at you at Sacred Spaces and give you hugs and things like that. It's gonna be real cool.
Can be fantastic.
About
And if
it.
you are there in spirit, we will also be caring at you.
Hmm. Absolutely. And we hope that you take all of this wonderful energy that is abounding in the month of May. That's not April because April is stupid, but May is much better. And
Right.
you go
Go
make some
make some
magic.
magic.
Okay, bye. Happy May.
Hey.